1717. I have no idea what this song is. I'm just listening. Just waiting for a few people to join. Oh, no way. No way. I just did something for 10 minutes. Hold on, I gotta do something else. Oh no, this is not good. I'm not even in the right place.
Sagittarius takes the reins tonight. Constellations twisted, dirty shapes. Pisces dives while Aquarius escapes. Boots in rhythmic style, while Virgo teases with that cosmic smile. Penetrate the house of 5 and 6. That's where Leo and Virgo mix. Your joysticks locked in Scorpio's room, while Cancer roams beneath the moon. Of the song with exact numbers listed beside each planet and constellation mentioned? Or do you want to adjust it to your specific numerology groupings and houses, Celtic blues, saxophone, jazz, pop flute? Alright, here's a rock and roll style song integrated. Planets with your numerological values reduced to a single digit. Planets with their numerological values reduced to a single digit.
How's everybody doing? Yeah, I don't know if I've been live in the last couple of days. I've been alive, but I don't know if I've been live here streaming. Well, streaming. I'm not in any stream. Row your boat gently down the stream. I'm not a Gentile. I'm pretty Gentile, but I'm not a Gentile. But I should be a Gentile, but I'm not a Gentile. Why am I not Gentile? And then you think about the alligators, and the alligator I remember was on the phone, and every time you dialed the phone, it went click, 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 click. You know, like when you're walking stairs, that's like dialing the phone back in the 60s. I remember dialing the phone in like 1967. Remember, I called my grandparents. It must have been like a Friday or a Saturday, sometime back in 1967. Imagine calling your grandparents in 1967, eh? Guess what? I'm almost certain that if you're born in 1968 and above, you didn't call your grandparents in 1967. That's a fact. Pretty good, eh? Pretty good at calculating that reality. Oh, stop this thing. Yeah, a few people suggested to me, why don't you go and do a live instead of spending time here? It got nauseating after a while. I did something wrong on the channel. I interrupted somebody, but the minute I let a little airspace just to breathe for myself to do something in a continuous of an explanation of something, and it was about the T plane, I never got to finish it or explain because there was always a bit of an interruption. Discourse is either you're talking about some serious stuff and it was about, I like to keep on subject when there was a subject. But it broke down into he said, she said, and we were losing energy to what somebody did wrong. And it's just that the voices got a little high and it wasn't calming and it was disturbing. And as much as I wanted to stay silent because it became disturbing and because I was blocked from finishing what I was asked to explain, and I wrote something down, and then the floor was lost. So I knew that I had to come up with a quick plan to execute a quick plan in the near time, plan at executing the plan in that time through the one soul of the seventh gate, the T plane. And the thing was, is I didn't want to insult anybody or say anything wrong because I was going to be trounced no matter what. So I had to just say it plain and ordinary the way it was. I was already speaking, but I knew I couldn't say that. I had to say something that a computer would understand. And the thing is, the easiest thing to say was, I was wrong. And that's it. Let's move on. I was wrong. I was just wrong. It was easier than saying I never got to finish anything I said. I didn't complete what I was asked to complete. So therefore, I did interrupt. I was 100% wrong. But I took a moment breath, okay, in between explaining. Well, oh, I'm backwards, right? This is what I was explaining. Planet. But I just took the T, put it in the front, and called it a T plane. So I wanted to understand, did it have this part inside of it? Or was here's the T. Here's the T. But between what is the T is the split over here. It's like the International Harvester when you turn it this way. It becomes the H and the I. Now you can say, well, here's the H. And is this the I? The skeleton, the fluid running from the basin all the way up to the skull? Are these the bottom of your feet? Where is this and where you are? Is this only to your knees when you go down and pray that your shoulders and your knees touch the ground here and here? Why do I say it this way? If this was your knees, right, and you were here and here, the reason for this is in baseball, right? It's called the strike zone. And in the strike zone, what happens are the toes point down. And the palm, which are going to be the 5 palm, right? Or what is the palm? Or is it the 4 and 1 palm? Or is it the 3 and 2 palm? Is it the 3 and 2 palm, or is it 2 2 3 2 palm? Why would it be the 2 3 2 palm? Because if it was the 4 palm, it possibly can be the 4 fingers and then the 1 thumb, or it can be 3 fingers and then these 2. Now, it can just be number 3, which can have 2 and 2. You can also look at this as a corner. All the corners of Rubik's Cube is this. This one is going to be all the centers. This one and this one over here are going to be all the edges. There's 2 and 2 edges, 2 and 2 edges on the bottom, 4 edges at the top, 4 edges at the bottom, and then 2 and 2 edges. There are 2 and 2 edges. 2 edges, there's an edge here, that's 2. There's an edge here, that's 2. There's an edge here, we're going to do the top. Edge here, 1, edge here, 2, edge here, 3, edge here, 4. 4 edges, every edge is 2. There's 4 corners, every corner is 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, face of 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 20. 1, 9, 3, 7, 20. 6 faces. What do you get? 20, 20, 40. By 6, 240. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. 4 hours and 20. 4 by 6, 240 and 20, 260. Along with the Tzolk'in calendar, the 24 hours a day divided by the 7th gate. Welcome to the channel, everybody. There's 600 billion people here right now. Unless I'm talking about the terabytes following the channel. How's everybody doing? Just do one in the weight room. What is the one in the weight room? You want to join the weight room? What is the weight room? You mean you want me to get out and do some weights? You want me to wait for me? Where's that? Where's the wave? Let me see. I don't know if I can call you up because you don't have enough followers. So let's see. I don't have enough followers to... Who else is here? Who else is here? How's everybody doing? Has anybody been here before? Right? How do you like? Maybe we should get a pumpkin out like that pumpkin here. Got some eyes here, different kind. We've got a round eye. We've got a pointy eye. We've got a pumpkin. I don't know. Is that the part over here inside, or is it this? It's the beak, and then inside the beak is another face. Look at that. You got like that over here. So here's the head and here's the body. It's separated, right? Here's a passage right here. And then upside down, it's the dog. And then over here, you see the head of the snake. And then you see the traitor that's over here. And then over here, you can see the mouth sitting on a chair. And then over here is like a bull. And over here, the bears and the bulls. What's happening between the bears and the bulls? Tauros. Taurus and Aries. Taurus and Aries assembling together inside of Pisces. How does Taurus and Aries assemble in Pisces? (71, 52, 100) in association of S. S is a S, the S letter 19, the S letter 10, the S letter 1. As a double digit, it becomes 9 and 9 is 18. Isn't that funny? S equals to 1 and 18 because it's a double digit association, right? I cannot use 0 as a number, but a 0 can be what will occupy the area space. And what occupies the area space is 9, and not all the connections, but usually all of what is 0 is all the connections of what is 10. So in order to create 9, it is 1 and 8 equals to 9. It is 2 and 7 equals to 9. It is 3 and 6 equals to 9. It is 4 and 5 equals to 9. It is 5 and 4 equals to 9. And it's 6 and 3 equals to 9. And you end up with 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. And when you take 999,999 and divide it by 7, you will equal to 142857 after the decimal, which is the same thing as 22 divided by 7 and is the same thing as 1 divided by 7. It'll all be the same answer. Where are we going? Is it how big or how small? Let's see what the beginning looks like. Let's see what the expansion is. Let's see when the expansion begins to repeat. So what do I do on this channel? Welcome to all 300 billion people that are here. Right? You're not 1. You're not 10. You're 100% of who you are and all of what you are. You can hear, you can see, you can feel. Are you the 5 elements of feel? Feel is a groundhog, is it not? Or maybe the one that fills up with gas. 5 elements. So what would you be? 10,000 souls are on the line? Is that what makes up who you are? How much of what is who we are? And who is what? Why the word who? And what is who? The feminine, the masculine, 5 and 7. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, 3 and 2, 5. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. 3 and 4, 7. 57, 75, connected through root 66. Who? Who? What is 75 is like what is who, as 3 by 5 equals to 15. 3 plus 5 equals to what is 8. 8 and 15 equals to 23. The 23rd letter is W. The 8th letter is H. The 15th letter is Ho, and that is who and how. W-H-O-W. 2, 3, 8, 1, 5, 2, 3. 2, 3, 8, 1, 5, 2, 3. 8, 1, 5, 2, 3. 8, 1, 5, 2, 3. So what I'm looking to see what the letters do in their algorithm. I want to see what the heart says. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this is okay. This is H-O-W, H-O-W, W-H-O, W, how, 31, 30, 31. Just give me a second, I'm missing a number. Okay, the next one is 8. So the next one is 8. So we have 8. Okay, I think I found the center right over here. 646 is who, how. Okay, what is 646? I'm going to mark that down. I'm going to explain what I do. I just wanted to see just for myself, and I'm going to explain to you since I was talking to myself what I do, but I need a little bit of water. Somebody said, "Where am I?" I'm at home. I'm at home. I'm gonna get some water. 20 years ago, actually, it happened 50 years ago, but I'll just sum it up to 20 years ago, 22, 23 years ago. Uh, I just started thinking about things, and I was looking very, very deep into my mind. I looked so deep that I scared myself, and I couldn't relax my thoughts because they were more than real. They were absolutely real. There was nothing that can change the reality that was before me. None of you can. None of us could. None of us will ever. But that's what's in your mind. This is what we think. This is what we believe. But then you can have a fake this and a real that, but you can never prove the point. So it scared the bejeebers out of me. And so I went into the clinic, and they gave me something called Effexor to calm my mind, to where I felt nothing. It was such a calming effect. Nothing bothered me, but yet, at the same time, when nothing bothered me, I can bridge even harder at the time. And I bridged. I don't know if it was the sensitivity at the time or how I bridged. I opened the gap and I left a peg inside the gap, and the bridge never closed. And then all of a sudden, what happened? I stopped taking this Effexor. And I used to started having visions. My stomach was cramped, started having visions. And since that time when I dug a little bit deeper into the gap, because I felt nothing, so I would have never known. It's like having a drink, like 10 of them or 20 of them, but never knowing anything, because it goes in one end, out the other end, like it never even got to touch you. But it had nothing to do with that at all. I'm just using that as an example. It's like a river that keeps flowing, Anyways, the flow and never stopped. So the gate was open, and I started having visions. No idea what was going on until one day this just became very strong. And from that day, I started documenting everything. And it hasn't stopped for 20 years. Now, everything I'm saying, maybe nothing is real that I'm telling you right now. Maybe I'm just a liar. Maybe everybody here, I just want you to just come onto this channel to see somebody else's apartment that I actually work as a guard. I'm actually a guard at a museum right now, and I brought some stuff, like it's the year of the snake. I brought a snake, like just to have a few friends. This one belonged to Moses. Moses only had one snake, It was a 4-inch snake, unless you made it stand up to a few musical notes, right? Going around the Taurus field. Snake is number 50. Pharaoh had 2 snakes, 1 snake for the Luna anal moon, 2 snakes for the Phobos and Deimos, call it the Mars moons. It's an alphabet science that I have put on my back, in my head. I remember, I think it's real. Follow me, I created a game. What I did is use the alphabet, and I said it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z. And then I counted it. 1, 2, 3. And I went all the way to Z, and it was just like counting 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. I didn't want to go any further, because when I looked at this, A, B, C, back to the beginning, D, E, F, G, H, I. Wow. And you know what's next? J. Back to the beginning, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. This one goes empty, but this is the heart of Rubik's Cube. So now if I did this properly, I went 1, 10, 19. I stopped at 19, but if I went to 36, right, what this one would be over here in the 4th one, we'd get over here 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So if I go 36, 27, 18, 9, that would end up to be 90. Then I would go 8, 17, 26, 35, and that would be 86. And then I would go 7, 16, 25, 34. And then I would go 6, 15, 24, 33. And then I go 5, 14, 23, 32. By the way, the last one was 336. 336 is the 12th moon passing before I get to the oceans of 5 alive. 410, communication within the house. 10-4, April 1st, the 91st day. 7 by 13, the first part of one of the connections in the Tzolk'in calendar. Also today, the 10th month of the 14, fitting into 10-4. Today is the 287th day connection of something to do with the generators or transfer between the Mars moons. It starts on September 23rd and it ends today. Tomorrow, as in Hebrew, it becomes the 22nd day, if I remember correctly, in the month of Tishra, representing the constellations of 88. Let's just say the power source, the generator, our communication system, and anything else, and through the breath it is. You hide nothing, you waste your breath in time, know and pick your battles. In time, everything comes back. The karmic world, what comes around goes around, like in Rome. 151515, 432 432 432 432, 25,920. So now we have, if I got that, we got the 74. Then we have 4, 13, 22, 31 equals to 70. 480. 12 by 4. 12 inches, 48 inches, 1 1/4. 5 by 5 by 5. Why? I need 36 inches for the hash mark. For the yard, I need it 10 times. This is beyond the arc. Call it basketball. 1.25 times this is going to equal, if I'm correct, to the 60 seconds on the clock. The basketball game from beyond the arc. It is 2. Hockey is 3. Football is 4. Now we go to 3, 12, 21, 30 equals to a total of 66. Oh no. How do I back it up? 480. Just 480 plus 66 equals 546, the Federation. It's the Sun Federation. It's a Saturn Sun Square Black Rat Federation, Tartaria. 5-4 Sun. 6-4 Zion Israel. 4, 5, and 6, which is going to be cribbage, the game of cribbage. Look at that. Look at that giant E. This is 546. Now we did that. Now we're going to go over here. 2, 11, 20, 29 plus 62. Now, this one over here is 1 plus 10 plus 19 plus 28 equals, whoa, it was 58. So it was 608 plus 1 plus 10 plus 19 plus 28. 666. Fourth dimension of numbers. 369 is a formation where 1 goes between 2 equaling to 3. So what you see in the formation of 3 is 1 and 2. What you see in the formation of 6 is 1 and 5. What you see in the formation of 9 is 1 and 9. But in order to change this formation, right, because if I take the 1, I take the cardinal, cardinal, cardinal. I end up with a cardinal, I end up with a mutable, right? So why don't I go a cardinal Okay, 1 and 2 equals to 3. And now I'm going to go with 4 and 2, a fixed and a cardinal. 4 and 2 equals to 6. And then I can go with the 3 and 6 as mutable mutable to equal to the mutable, or I can take what is a 1 cardinal into what is an 8 fixed, 4 and 9, or jump into the 2, which is a fixed, and into the 7, which is a cardinal for the 9, or jump into the 4, which is a fixed, and the 5, which is a cardinal. Do you see that the 3 and 6, the fixed sign, is the 9 that not is? What is a cardinal and a fixed, a C and an F, a Celsius and a Fahrenheit? The difference between the numbers and the freezing point of 32, that's in Fahrenheit, equaling to 0 Celsius, or what is 0 Fahrenheit equaling to 18 Celsius, and the movement of what is the temperatures, frozen in L. The reason I speak it, it's spoken elsewhere, saw it again today to remind myself, but I already know that 95, 86, 77, 68, 59, 50, 41, 32, 23, what is it, 14? What is 95 is 35. What is 86 is 30. What is 77 is 25. What is 20 is 68. This is all in Fahrenheit. This is all in Celsius. Now you might say to yourself, and I'm taking a 5-minute break. Now you're going to say to yourself, big deal, right? 9 and 5 is 14. 8 and 6 is 14. 7 and 7 is 14. 6 and 8 is 14. 5 and 9 is 14. 5 is 0. 4 and 1 is 14. 3 and 2 is 5. 1 and 4 is 5. 2 and 3 is 5. 1 and 4 is 5. 5 and 9 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. It's all 5s. The Aztec Mayans worked this way. The movement is by 9. The C letter moves by 5 when the F letter moves by 9 in cold and in hot. You know what's funny about cold and hot? 3443. The waters in Atlantis connecting the communication and dimension in the house of Tartaria. I'm just saying it that way because EARTH in the word earth is RAT. So you have the RAT. We did not count the E. RAT, or we didn't count the H. Is it the he rat? In Celsius, it moves by 5s. What is 35 is 95. What is 30 is 86. When I move 9 here, I move 5 here. 9 to 5. 8 hours. 8 by 6, 48. 488. 480 minutes. 9 hours is 540. 5 hours. 5 hours is 300. That is 840. So it would be 840 and 600. I'm just going to leave that on the side. That'll be 12 and 6. That splits the clock. But that's not what I was looking for. I was looking from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. to what is 9 a.m. again. So from 9 to 5, it'll be 8 hours. So that'll be 8 hours. And what we're missing is 16 hours. Does that come to the same thing as what I said before? No, the other one was 9 hours. This one is 8 hours. Okay. Okay. Because there's a difference between the mind, body, and soul. According to these cubes, or Rubik's Cube, there's only 6 sides. But guess what? The head and the tail. You're the head and the tail at the same time. Right? If the 1 is down, the 6 is up. If the 6 is down, the 1 is up. One of them will equal to 15. The other one's going to equal to 20. The reason for that? Count. 1 counting over to 5 equals to 15. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. 2 over to 6. 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 equals to 20. This is the reason. 2015. That's the year that this cube matches, ending 12 years later for the two cycles. 6 and 6 years end the cycle, 2028 cubic cycles. But I need a drink, and the floor is everybody else's. 18 and over, please tell me you're 18 and over before anything. Hello. Yes, how you doing, Vanessa? Vanessa, you're live. Thank you for the heart. So yeah, this is where I am right now. If anybody's what was that? I no, I don't own the building. I don't know if the building's for sale. But if you want to be the landlord, well, you're gonna have to call them up. You can ask me in a PM. That would be really nice. Yes, things are a little on the up and up. Yeah, beautiful place. The person takes good care of the building and everything, you know. So yeah, it'd be nice so we can just like savor this art forever and ever, working in peace, sharing this with everybody that we can understand how these things work as well, understanding the star systems. I haven't completed that. I just started something the other day with it. I thought it was quite interesting to look at, although I haven't figured out where it belongs yet. I know others have, but I have to see it, what the story is. Mars divides everything at a fine line. Earth leaves a heart. This will be 1 with 1 and 1. This will be 1 and 1. This will be 2, 4, 6, 8. This will be 1 with 2. This will be 1 with 4, equaling to 5. This will be 1 with 6, equaling to 7, because of the shared zone over here. Should we call it the one that catches all the rain in the center from the two sides, bringing it down to one drain? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, we can turn it this way. Or this way, looking at like the barn. Give me 2 minutes. Yeah, so let me take you on a little walk here. Oh no, I need a, let me just play this song. I always like to play this song. Whoa. I asked ChatGPT. Right, hold on a second. Wow, this is my page, right? I can't believe it. Because I usually hang out on everybody's page. I need to get a following. I don't have much of a following. And I find it's very, very, very important to listen to what everybody else says. And it doesn't matter if they say good about you or bad about you, or if the story is along your lines or not. By not seeing the difference, you can't break free if you stay in your own shell. When you see certain things, you have to follow. Wow, I don't know why we can't find your camera. Why did it say that? Yeah, okay, just give me 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm putting on that song. I remember, I recall. Oh, yeah. Ma, 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 yeah. Okay, not this one. La, 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 la. Oh, yes, okay, okay. that's freaking weird, eh? That was disturbing. That was absolutely disturbing. That was absolutely disturbing. Taking like a 3-minute break here.
Ronald Fremont, widely recognized by his alias, Hammer Tap Hands is a mysterious and enigmatic figure whose talents span multiple disciplines, known for his uncanny ability to decipher the hidden connections between numbers, symbols, and the cosmos. He operates at the crossroads of mysticism, numerology, and technological innovation. His forte lies in uncovering the unseen patterns that govern the universe, creating a fusion of art, science, and spirituality that captivates those who encounter his work. Is not just a name, it's a philosophy, a persona that symbolizes mastery over patterns and systems. He sees the world as a roulette wheel of infinite possibilities, where each number, letter, and celestial alignment carries meaning waiting to. Can you do a video? This is spatial 5D with alphabet and equations floating out to crept. Stories from history, words, games, language. It's not just a name, it's a philosophy, a persona that symbolizes mastery over patterns and systems. He sees the world as a roulette wheel of infinite possibility.
I like this one. What do you think about that, eh? Oh no, Christopher. I'm going to tell you something. What I did, okay? 20 years ago, when I started having visions, right? I didn't know what was going on. Don't forget the first time human that I remember, if you want to use that word. There's a lot of people that are run rampant over chosen words, you know. Imagine if I chose the red and you chose the blue and I chose the green. I think we're all like racist there, right? I mean, I chose the different color. Why don't you choose something different? Oh, you're the blue. Oh, don't call me the blue man. I'm not the blue man. I'm the white man. Well, maybe I'm the horse. Maybe I'm the horse. Maybe I'm the rabbit. Maybe I'm the car. Maybe I'm the hat. Here's the answer to life. This is the answer to life. I ain't kidding. But I'm not talking about any life. I'm talking about this life right here that's in front of you. You know what that is? That's a bridge. Spell it. What does it say in the game world? Right? That's the split. London Bridge is falling down. On this side over here is the guard watching over the wall. And here is the pirate watching over the bridge, who's watching over the guard, who's watching over the wall, who's under the wall, above the wall, hiding down in the garden, right? They're reading every single word that comes out both sides of your brain. You see, look at these two eyes over here. These are two eyes over here. Down here, right? This is the split of your lip, the two sides of who you are. That's your mouth. Are you looking at this backwards? So let me see where else we are in this. Oh, we have this also.
Process. Everything takes time.
Okay, what this is how the movement of 4 works. When you move the zodiac signs of 4, instead of counting 1, 2, 3, I decided to count 1, 2, 3, 4. And when we get to here, this is the 4th area. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, and 12. So all here is your water. And then 2610 is all your earth. And then 159 is all your fire. And then 3711 is all your air. And this is how this movement works. Here's the diamonds crisscrossing down. There's an obligation here. Just give me a second. Just want to turn this around for a minute. Did I do it on purpose? Looking for something that was fair when I'm not fair? Am I a fair person? Where do I have the right to speak as being honest and fair? If you had to base what I talk about in this work against my life, right, honest and fair, I think you should just switch the channel. I cannot change the past. Will I change the present? And how will the future turn out? Being who I am, I have to eliminate this. I am the narrator of the avatar, Mr. Tack Pants. It's my job. If I was a security guard, when I go work for the company, you'll check out my past history. But when I work for the company, who I was, I become no face. I become the face of the company. I don't have a choice. I was hired to operate, to change the diaper, to open the light, to change the bulb, to sweep and mop the floor so the floor should be clean so no one should fall, for our own personal safety and hygiene. Mother Nature is not fair. Mother Nature is 24 hours a day. Just in cleaning mode, say it gets dirty just like that. Out of nowhere, just got dirty. Walked into the house, took off my shoes, my socks. While my feet were on the floor, my feet sweat. I got a body. My body has a temperature. Walked on the floor. The floor were cold. Oh no, it was carpets. And now I'm losing skin on the bottom of my foot. Somehow the carpet got dirty. Never did anything. Somehow the cat was in the house, left a rat or a bird in the house. I didn't know. I didn't see it. Blew in by the window, but I couldn't tell. I had to be 6 feet apart. But the minute I opened my door, my door and the outside were touching. At some point, besides the step, but between the step getting into my house, I would have had to jump 6 feet. And even if I did, I would have had to go through what corridor of 6 feet? How many corridors do we have to go through of 6 feet? Six feet. And 1 foot. Because I'm thinking if I count 0, 1, and then I count 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5, 0, 6, then I would get 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5, 0, 6. But what if 6 was the middle? Or sorry, what if 5 was the middle of 4 and 6? Now I've got a little confusion. I've got some confusion. Imagine if 5 was in the middle of 4 and 6. So then would 5 not be what is 4 and 6, being that they both come to the heart of what 5 is? The Aztecs, 555. 15, the average is 5. You want to play the game, MC squared? Right here. 120 and 1. Or what is x times x, which looks like 3x's, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? And if I say the word time, then you would have 24 time. Why would you have 24 time? The word time equals 247. The letter X equals to 24. So now I would have to multiply 24 times 47 equals to 1128. 3384. I have to try and understand what that is. 11 by 3 and 28 by 3. 7 times 4, 7 plus 4. Okay, is the cycles of the cube. I'm just talking to myself right now, looking at what's going on over here. So I'm going to give you the down basis of what is. When you get x, Roman numerals is x10, so it becomes 10 times 10 equals to 100. Then what you get is 10 plus 10 equals to 20. Then you take 20 plus 100 equals to 120. When you add 1 over to 5, which is E5, like we spoke before, when this dice cube is sitting down, it's one plug-in, you see 5 sides. 1 through 5 is what gave me this equation, equals to 15. Now when I flip the cube over to the other side, it'll be 2 through 6. How do I know not 1? Because 1 is on the other side. It's to pull through 6. 5 and 1. The opposite side. The opposite side is 2 and 6. And as I mentioned, you only can count 1 through 5. 5 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To count 5 numbers, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is what gives you the dimension of the head and the tail of the cube. Is that where you eat the head eats the tail? 2 heads, one at the bottom, one at the top. 20 and 15. The 20 can be related to the dartboard. The dartboard can be split up a 4 by 5. It can be split up as 2 by 10. To equalize that, we can also get what is 5 by 3 equaling to what is 15, and 5 by 4 equals to what is 20. Anything with 5 is connected to the Aztec Maya. The movement of 5, when the Tzolk'in 26, 260 days, moved into the 360, right? Now think about this. I mean, for me, I can't get certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like if we have a round down here, and it starts to open up the round, right? I mean, we have a round down here. It funnels down small. It opens up to here, and then it starts to come together all the way up here. And it comes back to here, down to here, and then it closes off here, and we have passage between here and here. This is where this pole comes in. And we go all the way down this pole down here, but if it was this way, it would be that way, and if it was this way, it would be that way. Like above is below. Like above is below. The thing is below to the 1, like above is to the 9, like below is to the 3, like above is to the 7, 3 and 7, 10, 1 and 9, 10. They are a constant. They are a constant. All the 4 corners on the 4, 5, and 6, Saturn square, 4 times 5 times 6 is 120. 4 plus 5 plus 6 equals to 15. 15 plus 120 is 135. 135 says ACE. SUN says sun. The sun splits, look, Venus. The heavens, here and here, 4 times to the Venus, split here. What is the lower world here? 135 to the upper world of 7, 5, and 3. But there's a huge difference. Here is A, E, and I. Here is where U resides, and here is where O resides. Here we have 3 vowels, Over here, we have 3 vowels. This number 7 over here are all the vowels. 18 and 15, 33. We're leaving out 10 and 11, 21. And that fits right into the cube. 7 by 3, 11 by 3, and this cube is all 7 come 11. And now I talked all over the place. I'm going to explain what I do again, because guess what? What I do might be very easy to understand, but very complicated to keep myself in order to explain it properly. So if there is a problem here, it starts with me. And what I have learned began with you. I just seem to have noticed the difference of you, Einstein, Picasso, those who gave names to the zodiac signs. Their name alone tells a story. And then the zodiac sign they chose tells a story. They read the fractals of time. Upon their breath, they studied what they saw, what could not be disputed. And when they gave it a name, they gave it a name from beyond. My interpretation is my visual truth. For the words I speak, not hoping, just hoping I am interpreting and not choosing by my own choice. And right now, I'm just looking at an emblem on shorts, right? There's an emblem on shorts over here, right up in the corner. That over there, right? If you take a look, it looks like 2 hooks hooking up around the ball. Trying to figure out what that sign. I have to get a drink. I'm just like, I'm gonna drop. Hold on. Give me a minute. Yes, so I'm going to change that design. Let me see what's next here. Wow, I don't even know how I got to that design.
You'll be surprised. I was cleaning Pete every.
I don't even know why there's so many things. Wow, this is crazy. Let me take a look. So I think I have to go to this again.
Boy with a disability.
No, it's not that. It's not that. Hold on, I'm not the wrong. Okay, here it is. Okay. Wow, where is that? How do I get rid of that? Okay, just give me a second. What's this one? No, don't like that one. Don't like that one. I'm just going through a few things here before I settle down. It's taken to. Oh, I like this one. I like this one. Yeah, that was really cool. The boot. You see the boot down at the bottom? Watch the boot. Here. It turns around the other way, eh? His foot all turns around. And it looks like the butt of a lion here. Three brands turned into two brands, and the third brand that's replaced is the rod, and that's in your hair. Okay, so let's just get out of this, flip the camera around, see what's going on. See what's going on, see what's going on. How's everybody doing? Let's get rid of this cribbage game. Let's put this away. I have no idea what's on tap. I talked about 4, 5, and 6. And it all depends on what you want to know. No, wait a second. I was talking about XX. So when you have two X's together, the 24th letter and the 24th letter, or in Roman numerals 10 and 10, do I add them or multiply them? When I do them both, it totals 120. Taurus is 100. The house, 420. Why? 4 areas up 20 equals to 80 and 20. 1, 9, 10, 7, 3, 10. The air signs, the fire signs. We intertwine with the 4, 6, water to earth or water to earth. Or how about open the gates of water to earth and open the gates of water to earth. But regardless, you have air over the fire and air over the fire. That begins at 4 and continues into 5 and 1 and the 6 and 5 to where alpha, beta, 1 and 2 became the power station of the split house. Believe not the words I speak as the reality in the house you live as planet Earth and the Bibles that you read or anything other than. I am dearly, dearly hoping that everybody knows is we're on social media. Does everybody know that? Does everybody know that there's a lot of trickery out there? And I say that is you're on this channel. It seems is it real what you're watching? What are you looking at? Is it the art? Is it the words that I speak? What do the numbers say? Does the alphabet, is it, what is it? Is anybody interested in how the alphabet correlates with the numbers? Or a ruler, 12 inches times 3 is a hash mark, and every Sunday you run by the hash mark. And this hash mark company running 100 yards, or in the CFL running 110 yards, 55, 55, or 50. Is it 50 or 55? If it was 50, other than 54, right? Other than 53, other than 52, other than 51, it would be 55. But other than 59, to other than 58, to other in 57, to other in 56, to what is 8 is now with 2. To where the 1 goes with the 9, the 8 goes with the 2, the 7 goes with the 3, the 6 goes with the 4. Connect the water and the earth. Dislocate and reconnect the water with the earth at the divided gates of 7, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, divided house by the 7th gate. Not by my choosing. Not one bit. I didn't choose. Maybe I'm not choosing the right words, but I am choosing. That on each side of 7 is 6 and 8. That is 101 away. And this cube says the same thing. I'm just showing you the story. And then in games, in backgammon, what I can do. And you can do too. And on the calculator, 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, 6 numbers. 1, 2, 4, 8. 8 and 8 is 16. 16 and 16 is 32. 3 and 2 is 5. Binary count. 6 numbers before we go back and duplicate the 7th one at 1. 7 and 1. Back to 1, which is 6 and 1. 7. Back to the beginning, we create the hourglass of 6. And everything divided by 7 equals to 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, and 7. And there is no 3, 6, and 9 other than what 1 and 2 equals to 3. 1 and 5 equals to 6. And 1 and 8 equals to 9. 4 and 2 equals to 6, where 4 and 5 equals to 9, and 4 and 8 equals to 12. 1 and 2 equals to 3. Where 7 and 8 equals to 15, 1 and 5 equals to 6, where 7 and 2 equals to 9, and 7 and 5 equals to 12. 1 and 2 equals to 3. And not by my choosing, nothing of the sorts, nothing is my choosing. This is the house we live. This is where you are right now. This is the truth and the actuality, and this is just a game. And in this game, I bring to you all that is and always was and always will be, for the time is at the moment that you see it is now. Is this the truth? Or do I speak to you in a language that is not true? There is no ABC. There is no 1, 2, 3. I never heard of Michael Jackson. I never saw the Mona Lisa. Mona, like Lisa. NASA's limo. I never saw that before. Where NS equals to 33, the split house of the divided sun systems. The magic squares, they're all around you. T20, I9, M13, E5, E5, M13, E5, M13, E5, M13, I9, and what is T29, 42, 47? What is T20, 20 black? Please, if you have something against black or blue or green or orange or red, this is not the channel to stay on. Please, please. If you do not like the colors, right? If you do not like the colors I call out on these pencils, I set it not upon anything that is living, but only what we can care for. 13 and 14, the split of the alphabet is between 13.5, unless you encompass 1 and 4 inside of 3. So AB equals to what is 3 to what is BC equals to 5 times 20. Times 20. First of all, one relationship I bump into is when you say one. If you do not say one whole to me, like it's the whole of one, it's the Holy One. And the Holy One is XX. Why is the Holy One XX? Why is it XX? It is 24 times 24. Hold on. 24 times 24 is 576. 24 and 24 is 48. I usually put them separate, but here I'll go 5808. That's exactly the house we live on. 5808, 440. Look what they did. 5 times 8, 40. 5 times 8, 40. Inside the matrix house of 88, the 88 constellations. 8 times 8, 64. 8 plus 8, 16. 16 on 64 is 80. 8 plus 8 equals to 8. But it's not just that. That's 64. 6 and 4 is 10. It's dark. 6 and 4 is for the Federation. Why? It's 4, 5, and 6. That's the Federation. They're leaving out the O. The O is what is 1 in the 5 position, acting as all of what it is, connected to the 8, which is all that it surrounds of 1. All these numbers and an empty space. So you put something in the empty space and it looks like a 5. And the reason they chose number 5 was because 9 plus 8 is 17, plus 7 is 24, and 6, 30, plus 5 is 35. 3.5 is the heart of the cube, divided times 2 is 7. 39, the upper and lower house. What is 30 above is 10 below. 1 to 3 is what is 3 to 9 is 3 times 3 is 9. 1/3 or 3 times the difference. 39 and 3 is 42, 44, 45. 45 divided by 9 equals to 5. The average of every number is 5. This joins everything. 4 areas here, 4 areas here. The numbers they got in that position is 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 to 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 6 and 9, 15. 7 and 8, 15. Anyone for tennis? 30 and 10, 40 with 5 in the center. You have A and B equals to 3 and B and C equals to 5. We're 100% of ourself. We're not 1. We're not 10. We're 100% of ourself. And then how much more are we when we go into action? I triangulate my actions because I am the center of all that happens. So therefore, whatever I am facing is split behind me. It is up as it is down, is in, it is out. Somebody tells me something, and the first thing I want to do is, okay, I understand the situation. I recognize the situation, but I'd like to ask you this. Do you want me to participate or just to be the ears that you can get something off your chest? Because if you want me to participate, I will ask you the opposite of everything you've told me, but in a way that looks like I'm fishing for something because you asked me to give you an answer, but I cannot answer you to something I do not fully understand. So I have to look into you to see what you are seeing or feeling or whatever the dimension of who you are is. Is like, and what is IS. It is the negative zone. The I and the S, the R and the H, the I and the S look like 1 and 5, although it's 9 and 19. 9 and 19 is 28. It's the 4 dimensions of your house, the 420. What's inside of you? Inside, what is the position of When you begin to think it is like this, 1 between 2 equaling to 3, it bridges to the both dimensions of 2 and 2, whether it's the fire, whether it's the air, or whether everything runs through what is the air and fire sign. So it runs between the veins in your whole body. Now, I just lost myself in this explanation, but this is how the cube connects and how these dots connect on the cube. The 4 corners, like this, I don't know what it is, but it doesn't matter. Because it's like this, it's telling me it's spinning. So it's both air and fire spinning together. And then what it does when it comes to here, it tells me air, fire, with fire in the center. And everything, the air is going around the fire with fire in the corners. But as it spins, the number 9 is in the corner, right? Did they shift the number 9 to a new position? Why? Because this is one position with 8 around it. Would it be 9 and then the countdown 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Or would it be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and then 9 in the center? And note that when we are counting, that should I be counting, when I get the 6, the 6th count in binary, I will be onto the tail from the head. There are 6 sides, so I start at 1. Do I count my first number as 1 over to 2, over to 4, over to 8, over to 16, right? Over to 16. But the minute I go over to 32, right? That's the 6th one. I can't go anymore. That's like this one here and this one here would be the same. The one on this side over here and this one is the same. How is it the same that I transferred the cube with my hand? I'm into the other hand according to, because my hands tell me to work by 5. The thing about the hands and the feet is like this. The feet are in between the hands. It's like 5, 10, 5, because my feet are together for 10. And when they took the penny off the market and there was no 10, there was a gap between the 10. When I had to go from 9 over to 10, the 7, the 1 and the 2 had to go, well, everything went to the 1, right? Because truthfully, when the penny came off the market, the 2 went over to the 1, right? And then what happened to the 8 and the 9? How did they get to the 1? They couldn't get to the 1. They had to swim or something because there was a gap. So I also did it another way. What I did is I said we had to connect 1 and 9 and 2 and 8 together all the time. So you automatically had to have 20. The other connection, right, was the 2, 3, the 3, 4, and the 6, 7, 7, and 13 paid 5 cents. Now we needed to pay 10 cents, right? 3 and 4 paid a nickel. Le 3 puis le 4. Ici à Québec, là, au Canada, tu payes 5 cents. Ici au Canada, le 6 puis le 7, tu recules ça, tu sauves 5 cents. Ça, c'est 2 puis 2, 2,02. Tout paye à 5. 5 est égal. 0. C'est la reine. Pour quelque raison. Ben, j'ai pensé comme ça. Je vais dire quelque chose. C'est que la reine, dans le jeu de cartes, OK, tous ses yeux, il y a 4 suites, puis tous ses yeux, OK? Puis, il n'y a aucune dame avec un œil. So what I said is, in the deck of cards, all the queens, all the 4 suits, the queens have 2 eyes. And I said, if all the suits, if they all have 2 eyes, then how many have 1 eye? And I said, none. So it becomes 40. Four suits. 4 times 2 eyes, and then 4 times 0 eyes. So it looked like 4 and 0, and that would be the queen. How's everybody doing? Does anybody know what I do? Why did I speak in French? This has got to be French and English. This is an absolute. I couldn't know half of what I know if it wasn't for the difference of everything that I do know. And most of what I do know doesn't really make a difference until somebody else knows the same thing or can take it one step further. This is for everybody to know. We all rise. We all rise. One person comes in, asks one question, gets that answer, and shares it. Another person comes in, gets that answer, satisfied with that answer, and shares it. But then again, what am I answering? The master numbers, where they are? It's like a hide and seek when you come in here. You come in here and you ask me, what do you think about this? And I'll go, well, this is what I think about it. Number 6, yes, I know number 6. And number 7, yeah, I know number 7. Number 8, okay, I can tell you a story 8. What about 9? I can tell you a story about 9. Might not be the story you're looking for, but I can still tell you a story. Maybe you can give me a little bit more detail, Like maybe the 280th day, right? That would be the 10th moon in a 28-day cycle. So Club 281 would begin the new cycle, right? The 10th moon ends on 280. Now the question is, when it ends in the AM, and what time in the AM does it end? Does it end at 5 a.m.? Does it end at 6 a.m.? I'm going to say it ends at 6 a.m. Do you know why? 6 times 60 equals to 360. And I'm going to say it ends at 6 a.m. And we run 18 more hours, okay, to get around the rest of that cycle. And 18 and 6. But in the Trinity, you run a 16 and 8 cycle. So therefore, the moon has to be out for 16 and 8 hours, other than 6 by 660, past the midnight hour is what I meant. That means it must stop 2 hours before the midnight hour, beginning at 10 p.m., which is what is 2200 hours. That would be perfect. That would be 1/4 of the 88 constellations. So I have to do this, but the constellations ownership belong to the owner, and that is Pegasus. Now, I don't know why, okay, that I always connected Pegasus to Zeus. I always connected Pegasus. I know it's the white horse, but there was another connection. I don't know if it was a V8 or a V6. I don't know. What was that other connection to Pegasus? The constellation of Pegasus. Oh, Andromeda. Andromeda or Andromeda? I don't remember. They're still letting me talk on this channel? I don't understand. Whoa, my God. I'm getting warm here. They're still letting me talk and they haven't knocked me off yet. No one's interrupted me. Oh, look at that. They just did. They just blew on by. Pooey. That stinks. Okay, no, only kidding. Yeah, I'm just trying to see Pegasus White Horse, Pegasus White Horse, Pegasus White Horse, Pegasus White Horse. John Denver, Colorado. Colorado, Denver, White Horse. White Horse, British Columbia. White Horse. White Horse. 2, 3, and 5. There's a split in white. The reason for that, the center of the word is ITH, IETH, that when you say 20th, it will come with this. That 20th is the assembly of 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 3, 7, and 9. That is what is 1/4 and half the board, 2020. What is above and below needs an area space to move, so you can only use 20 and 20, 40. I'm just trying to look the white horse. The white horse of Pegasus, constellation 7286, which apparently was now noted to be somewhere near Devon Island on this planet. There's 2 positions, I believe, on this planet with the numbers 7286. Just to let you know, this year, the Hebrew year is 5786. 5786. 5 and 8 13, 7 and 6, 13, 13 and 13, matching up with the end of the alphabet. Next year, 27, we match up with the end of the cube. And the year after, we match up with the end of the cycle. At the end of the year 57, 88, which is also noted to being the year of 2027, and the month is October, nearing the 277th day, which would be what is 39 weeks and 4 days. That is the heart day, the center day of the 313, connecting days of the 10 months, of the 10 moons, of the 10 moons, of the 10 moons ending that cycle, but inside the ninth moon, 3 days prior to the closing of that 10th moon. ABC, 1, 2, 3, plus what is 25 equals to the 28th cycle. So it comes in on the cusp. And that day, October 4th, is 104 communication. April 1st, what is 7 by 13, 91 days. What is 1 through 13, 91. What is 4 suits in the deck of cards, each ending with a king, starting with an ace. 1 through the 10th card, Jack 11, Queen 12, King 13. 1 through 13 equals to 91. 7 times what is 13 is 91. The Aztecs, Sumerians, the calendar, the Tzolk'in calendar, comes together at 360 degrees. The 4 eyes of the Queen, and give me a minute, I'm just going to get a glass of water and keep myself hydrated. How is everybody doing? 7 messages I did not see. So time equals to 47. I didn't finish with that. That's right. The thing with time, it's going to be 33. It's going to be empty, and it's only going to include energy and you. 33 and 14. T20, it's a gateway. You are upon that gate or in between the gates. You are connected to the 3 gates, and you are in the feminine houses upon the cross. T crossing between 5 and 5. 7 times 6, 7 plus 6 equals to 42 and 13, 55. A, B, C, D, 42 and 13, 42. B, D, 13. A, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, in association of the assembling of 55. So there was, in the last 2 books, if someone looked through this, I'm a little frustrated. I found something new on the assembly of 1, 2, 3, 4. I found another mathematical assembly. And when I call a mathematical assembly is A, it's located in a game somewhere, 1, 2, 3, 4. But the thing is about 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why? Because the 4th one is repeated. Where is it? Well, the 1st one and the 5th one, right, would be the fire. And when you have the fire, you either have to have it straight, could be a curve, or a change up. I'm wondering if it'd be 99, you know? Change up, 99, curve, straight. Sometimes they say it's fast Louis, right? Sometimes they say spit or split. No one ever played baseball before? You got a fastball, you got a curveball, you got a changeup, you got a splitter, and you got a spitter ball. You know, you're not allowed to spit on the ball. And it's between the knees, right? You got to play it, what is it, between the knees? The knees and the shoulders? Is that what it is? Is that the zone? So the knee, and you know what it looks like? You know what it reminds me of? Right? It reminds me of... reminds me of the pool table. And that's called, you know what that's called? Right? Strike to 1. Strike to 1. That's the T, right? Is that a T or a Z? Well, it's a 2. So instead of saying two, I needed to say it together. So I said strike to one instead of tone. Well, I could have said tone, but because it's a two instead of a T, now you have strike to one. But anyways, it's the strike zone of a player. You can also use it for the pool table. You know, the thing about the pool table is like this. That's the pool table. So usually when I'm designing, I like to, well, I have to fix it up because the pockets aren't exactly like this, right? The pockets of the pool table. I mean, I'm really not good at designing, I'll tell you that. I am really not good at designing. I think it looks like that. You know, the ball comes over towards the corner, but I can change that. Hold on a second. So we could have done anything, right? But whatever it is, whatever we did, right? The thing is, everybody knows that the pool table is not like that. Unless we were passing a message. What kind of message would it be unless, you know, we were wearing a hat? And then this would be the heart, and this would be one side, this would be the other side. And we'd be a skirt when you open up a skirt. So this would be a left side, this would be the right side, this would be the lower area, this would be the upper area. I like to change everything for these numbers. "52 bones in the feet." You know what's funny? Every time you get a dog, I think you get something to do with a moon. Even though the moon is 57, right? Even though the moon is 57, and it's not 57 just like that. It's actually 14 and 43. Because N is the red letter in the word moon. So it's 43 and 14. That letter. So it becomes what is. Two, 15 is 30, 43, and 14. Now we're going to do it different. Hold on a second, I have to think. Elon Musk, Jacob's Ladder, split of the two houses going up the heart of the ladder where the D and the T come in, exchange of the two, D equaling to 500. Although it's 4 and 4 equals to 8, it becomes 5 and 5 equals to 10 when it's changed into Roman numerals, most likely and possibly counting the heart of the situation of the four corners. When you're talking about 4, you're possibly talking about the 4 complete areas that when I connect these dots on here, a strange thing happens, right? That when you connect these dots, it becomes a window. 9 dots create 4 area spaces. So there's when I say things, when I mention, talk about certain things, it's not the end result. It's only just a piece, a part. 20 years, over 20 years, or over a lifetime. We all search out, we look, what makes us vibrate, what makes us happy, what takes away the confusion, questions we ask ourselves, how do we put it forward? And there's nothing to put it forward, okay? Or should I say, no one can put it forward other than yourself. No one can help you to put anything forward other than yourself, other than working with others and sharing. But the best way to share it, one of the best ways, is to share what's going on. And I see absolutely 4 shares right now. That's absolutely beautiful. Number 1. Number 2, the question, right? But the question, what? What do we question? What about this? What about that? How come 8? What is 9? 6 and 7, this and that. They say this and that about this word and that word. Yeah, we question that. We look through it numerically without taking any sides. It's all about the numbers, what the numbers say. I don't think we can have an argument about a numbers. Give me the number. Is it number 6 or number 7? Or are you giving me the number as Virgo, as the 6th sign? Or are you giving me Virgo as number 71, letter count? Or are you giving me Virgo as 5 letters times 27, reverse alphabet, 135, living at the heart or the energy, Virgo? Let me say it again. 5 letters, all 5-letter words live within inside the divided sun in the Trinity, 1, 3, and 5. Also to note that when you see 1 and you think of A, when you hear or see the number 1, you might think of the I letter in Roman numerals. You will also think that the I is the 9th letter. That because it has a value, okay, of 1, you might think that 1 is now the letter A. This is where I comes into house and joins the left and the right, where you join what is 6. You are the connection to what is the divided gate, 61613. You are the connection of what is 21 alpha beta into the divided house through the 7th gate. You are what is 13 and 7, and you are into the divided house 4, 1, and 4, 8, 12, and 6. This is the basics of it. Yes, this piece on the bottom was the pool table. Back to the pool table. So you can create the letter I in the pool table, and you can create the H in the pool table. The thing in the pool table that you can connect (28, 14, and 14). N occupies an area space, and when you find a single area space occupied by N, you can ignite all the other numbers that associate with N. One of the things about N, it can be drawn up in a single area. Only a few letters can do that. The letter N is the 14th letter. I would ask you, can I write 10 and 4? So, okay, so what I was doing in the strike, I was trying to remember what I was doing with this. How we would connect to the 4 or 5 or 6 areas on a dice cube that would relate to this calendar. And what it told me is 4, 5, and 6 are over here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. What this is about is the 7, 8, and 9 disappeared. They're no longer here. They're gone. Where did I get this information? The deck of cards. Where did I get it in the deck of cards? Look at that. I'm missing the feet. They overlap each other. So this is telling me, just like the pool table, the same story. It's telling me to double up the center and to use the center above and below. So where was I with this? Wow, I'm not happy that I just lost where I was with this part. So when this happens, and I'm trying to remember where I was in that design, where's that design? Okay. I see the design. The thing with the N, another thing with the N, 14 and 14 is 28. It's a moon cycle. The N and the Z, the H and the I, Heinz, guess what the reverse of Heinz is? Okay? M, right? The M letter reverses the N letter in Heinz. The H letter, okay, is going to reverse to the S letter. The A is the Z letter. So we have M-A, and then we have R is the I letter. Mars reverses Heinz. Area 51 vibration is Heinz 57. Four by 7/28, October 4th. What this is over here, I was just searching for something. Just sorry about that. Is that, let me see, did I write it down here? I wrote cribbage. I just finished looking at this. Did I turn the book upside down to write it? Okay. Wow, I can't believe I just lost my own self. That's about it. Lose myself. Okay, I talked about the 22 and the constellations. I spoke about 10 minutes ago, which I skipped over. I was talking about 6 times 60, 360 in the morning. This is when Aries is supposed to be around, but they backed it up to 5 o'clock. So something's like a little off in the clock, because at 6 by 60 is 360. My first 360 degrees that is here at this place. The eye should come in, right? They say the rooster crows, but yet I don't get it why the rooster is crowing at what? The rooster crows at midnight. I mean, according to the Chinese zodiac, or 11 o'clock at night, or 11 to midnight because of the time change. This is where the, I think it's the 6, this, I have to remind myself of this. The equation was 6 a.m. Is that what it was? There was 6 hours and 18 hours. It was 6 hours and 18 hours. So was it from 6 a.m.? From 6 p.m. No, it couldn't be that way. 6 a.m. over to midnight. Okay, midnight. Okay, that's right. 6 a.m. to midnight. Okay. And then at midnight till 6 a.m. Okay, but that doesn't work out. That 18 hours doesn't work out. Okay, that 18-hour stretch from 6 a.m. to midnight is supposed to be your first 360. The reason I say this, that's like the third time that car passed. So the reason I say this is 6 hours times 60 minutes equals to 360. So I am only going to go from midnight to 6 a.m. in understanding what the quarter house is. I'm going to place Capricorn, at midnight till 2. I'm going to take Aries, it's going to be from 2 to 4. Right? And everything's going to be 61 and 62 minutes, by the way. I'm going to overlap every single hour. And then I'm going to connect Pisces, 4 to 6, connect Pisces over to Aries. Okay? And that will be the start of the day, the 6 hours. And then Aries is going to go all the way back up to midnight. And we have a rock. We have a rocker in there. Why? How do I know there's a rocker? It's simple. They keep going by daylight, and they keep shifting back an hour, forward an hour, back an hour, forward hour. Not my rock, their rock. Their rock on the hour. So that's where I see I have to add the extra hour, the 25th hour, right, inside the rock. And now the rock is Dwayne Johnson. That would be DJ, and that would be ABCD, D equaling to J, missing out on what is 7, 8, and 9. Where do I get that? The DJ is 4 equals to what is D, J equals to 10, ABC equals to what is 6. All they're missing is, okay, hold on a second, A, B, C equals to what is 6. We are missing what is 7, 8, and 9. Or if I add 6 plus 4 equals to 10. So if I added 6 plus 4, it would be A, B, C, D, which equals to 10. When I end at 4, in this position, I'm missing 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So I'm going to show you this. When I count down from D, 10, over to 6, I'm missing 7, 8, and 9, counting down. But when I count up, A, B, C, okay, when I count up, where am I? Here, sorry about that. I'm just trying to find where the number is. When I count A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, and stop without adding them up, the separation is 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. But if I add them up on the way, I jump from here all the way to here with A, B, C equaling to this. Here, all I did is write down 1, 2, 3, 4. The missing numbers are 6, 7, 8, 9. When you add them up, it equals to 10. So I'm no longer missing this. I was never missing this. This is my communication, and this is how I communicate. I communicate through the 7th gate of 11 and 17, 9 and 5, 14, 8 and 6, 14, to where 6 and 7, 13, 1 and 3 is 4, to 7 and 8, 15, 1 and 5 is 6. 5 goes over to 4, 9. 5 go over to 6, 11. 4, 5, and 6 is 15. 5, 5, and 5 in the game of cribbage. In the game of cribbage, okay. Here's the game of cribbage. When you have 4, 5, and 6 of those 3 cards, you get an automatic 15, 30, 45 around the hoop, 60. Look at that. 60. 75. 5 by 15 is 75. 74 and 77, matter and energy. 77 is the matter and energy of the Christ. 75 connects to the moon. Then you go over to 90. Where's 90? That's your first split. Look at that. You cannot be doubled past here. So you split at 90. That's your 4th part, the dimension of 9. 9 plus 18 plus 27 plus 36 equals to 90. Then from 90 you get to 105. 105, the hand of God. What is that? It is 7 times 15. 7:15 at night is 4:35. 3:45. Maybe we'll go play golfing, par 3, par 4, par 5. But what that is the heart zone of this cube. The heart zone of this cube meets at I am. Why? 3.5 is the center of 7. 3 times 3.5, 105. The heart of the cube, 105. Not only that in games, in the game of roulette, that the game they play, this is not for gambling at all. This is for understanding game realities and truths. That what the game is that every single number, when you put down a computer chip on top of it, or any chip or item, you're going to get back 35 of those items plus the one item completing that 36. Where are you going? Where are you going? Did I disturb you? Are you mad at me? Happy, mad, sad? Come talk to me. Just for a minute. Come on. What? I don't know. You want to go in? Am I disturbing your house? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. Sorry. I know. Put my stuff elsewhere. What else is going on? I designed one of these. So if you had to climb up the pole, one time around here, right? You can see the, hold on a second. Okay, we'll do it this way. That's the cat. Okay, so you can see right over here the line that goes through, right? See the line that goes through? The question is, how far up did I go? Is this the Fibonacci, right? And every time you get to 6, you have to run up a notch. It's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the minute you get there, you move up a notch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But instead of moving up a notch, what you do is the chord itself takes up the area space with the next area space. This is the board you take up. When your chord runs around at 1 1/6 times 6 equaling to the 7th day, you run the chord 1 1/6 all the way up and you continue on to the 7th day, to the 13th day. Is it possibly because of the thickness to the chord or something that was added on to the chord when you're rapping? You see, to run this whole thing up here, right? This is a yard. And when you run this yard over here, 36 inches, 4 by 9, right? That'll be what is 4 weeks. That'll be 7 days. So it'll be 7 days and 7 days and 7 days. So it'll be wrapping. And when the first week is over, when you start the second week, you see this? All the information that you passed in the first week over here is already up there. By the time you reach the 28th day, that information is coming back at the beginning of your next week on that 7th day. So you must rest so they can refocus you on that 7th day because it doesn't exist. And then on that 7th day, in fact, it's not the 7th day, it's every single day. But on that 7th day, they need to catch up with you. So you run from here all the way up. And here is day 7. And then when you get to day 7, by the time you get here, day 1 has already reached the end and began into the next tube. And now your karma is right here. Here is day 14. By the time you get to day 21, you have completed your first week for your karmic to come back to the beginning again. Why? Because you're going around this way as you're going up. But this, okay, what takes 28 over here takes what? One turn around this 7 times. So what is it? 7, 7, 7, 4 days. On the 4th day, you're at the top. 3 days and 1 day. 72 hours. Not by my magic, not by my creation, not by anything at all, but that's the reality, that if you were measuring I don't know much about numbers, but if anybody does and can understand what I'm doing, I want to put a game together. What? Do I know you? Aura, you want? What's up? Oh, kitty, 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 kitty. Why'd you put your shoes on the counter? You know? I mean, every day it's the same thing. I mean, every day it's the same thing. What's with the white shoes? Come on. Come on. I know, I know. Can I take, I know there's a little mouse in there, right? There's got to be a mouse in there, right? If I check if there's a mouse in there, what are you going to say? What happens if I find a mouse in there? You know what my cat told me? My cat told me that in the Chinese zodiac, okay, the cat and the rat were sitting on the ox. Now, everybody knows the Aleph letter in Hebrew, okay, la lettre Aleph en Hebrew, the Aleph letter in Hebrew, is noted to be the ox. The ox is the second zodiac sign. So how did the Aleph become the second zodiac sign? Because it split the house. It's between 1 and 1. What is 1? What is Aleph is not Aleph alone. Alad Bet Gimel. Aleph is all of creation. Aleph is also the creation, right? But creation with Bet, with Vet, with the house. The Father did not create alone. It used the elements, the periodic elements. Why do you think they call it the periodic elements? Please, somebody note this. Why do you think they call it the periodic elements? Because you put the period at the end of the sentence ends at 28 days, but it happens 25 years to life. I want to take a little break. I want to write that down. I need to take a little break and write that down. It's been an hour, at least. Where's my phone? I might put on a teeny weeny song if you don't mind. If anybody has any questions, I'm going to look at all the V high 22 and 17, 39 angels, 22 for the quarter constellations. So if the V is mentioned, it could tell me about the 22nd letter, the constellations. But the V letter reverse alphabet tells me about the number 5, which is the E world, the feminine. How do we create 5? Is it 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, A and B? Or is it what is 6 times 5, E and F? So just let me see this. Yeah, so just give me a second. I'm just thinking of something. I was supposed to go on break, wasn't I? I'm gonna check all the comments after. We're 17 people here. Please put up with this channel. This channel does not really go slow or fast. It just goes as it goes. I would bring up others if I would see somebody that wants to come up. I didn't see anybody, but I'm gonna check again. It's about games. It is about understanding algorithms, the sun and the moon. The sun comes up in the morning. We run a day and a night. I'm going to just count the two parts, and it's broken up into numbers. And I explain where I got this dictation from, and I run with this. Nothing is concrete. It's just a game. What is concrete, what I believe and understand, could be the similarities we may have together that unites us, okay, to begin with. One of them is the 24-hour day, the digital clock, the old dial phone, the tires on our car, the 2 tires for a bike, or the 3 or the 4. Knowing that 2, 3, and 4 is in between 5 and 1. 8, 7, and 6 is in between 5 and 9. You might want to add on that 1, 5, and 9 is A, E, and I in the position in the alphabet. What is 1, 5, and 9 is 8, 4, and 9. What is 21 to what is 15? 21, 15, or 21, 15. What is this? This is a reverse alphabet using 26 letters. I don't have to do this. I can create a 3630 out of this, where it becomes A6, E10, and I14, to where we get whoopee, Z31. Then we get what is a V27, and then I am going to get what is an R23, and that'll be 58, 68, 78. This will be an 81, and this will be a 30. Well, where did I get that other number from? Holy mac. Just give me a sec. Oh, okay, I did the high side and the low side. So this will be 615, and this one will be 495. This one will equal to 12, and this one will equal to 18. This will be LR. So this is how this began. It began with 1 plus 2, 1 times 2. 3 and 2 is 5. The reverse cube. The reverse cube, okay, of what is 1 and 2. Here is 5 and 6, 11, where it is 1 and 2, 3. 3 and 11. Equals to 3 and 2. The next one, the reverse is 6 and 5. The reverse 6 and 5 is 1 and 2. Mathematics, 6 times 5 is 30. 6 plus 5, 11. 11 and 30 is 41. 4 and 1 is 5. Reverse cube equals what is 55. What is 2, 3 is 4, 1. After the death, before the Christ. Communication within the house. You split the house up. That A is a number that splits. You go A, B, C equals to 6. And what is B, C, D equals to 9. 3 times 3, 9. Continuation. Duality, birth, 3 plus 3, 6, the life, add 1 to the 7th gate, add 4 to the connect to the house to Capricorn, 4 and 6, crossing the rivers, 4, 5, and 6, Okay, Elon Musk in this area over here. 6. Add a 9, it becomes 15. You add a 7 to this, it becomes 13, right? To get the passing to the moon, the bar mitzvah. The same thing goes over here. 1, 4, and 7, add 1, 4, and 7. Add 1, it equals to 10. Add 4, it equals to 10. Add 7, it equals to 16. 1 and 6 equals to 7. Add 7, add 1. 7, 1, and 7 come together. And then after that, here you're going to add a 4 equals to 13. Here you're going to add a 7 equals to 13. They both get 147, 147. They must match up with 1, 4, and 7. This is what creates 1 between 2 equals to 3, and your formation begins with 1, 4, 7 in relationship to 3, 6, and 9. The completion of itself within itself in the rotation that's continuous is 1, 4, 7 in 3, 6, and 9 after my break. Another thing in 3, 6, and 9 is the combinations. And the combinations meaning that 2 numbers and 1 number for 3. For 6, hold on a second. For 6, it's going to be 5 and 1 equals to 6. 3 and 3 equals to 6. 4 and 2 equals to 6. And for 9, it's going to be what is 8 and 1 equals to 9. What is 7 and 2 equals to 9. What is 3 and 6 equals to 9. And what is 4 and 5 equals to 9. You notice I had more numbers equal to what is 9, right, than I did the other numbers, equaling to 6, 5, 1, 3, 3, 4, 2. But the equal to 9, it's 8, 1, 7, 2, 3, 6, 4, 5. So we only have 3 combinations to equal to 6. So that is going to be 1 and 5, 2 and 4, 3 and 3. Now the thing about this is that 6 is singularity. It is now 100% of itself. Its average might be 6, but it's reality that being at the heart of the situation is less than what it is. But when you take 3 and 3 to the situation, you now have what is 6, but you split it in 2. Your average, okay, will be 3, but it'll be half and half, where 2 and 4 will be what is 1/2. 2 and 4, will be, although 1/2 of each other, this will be 1/3, and this will be 2/3 of what is 6. So this is the one that splits the gate. Your combinations over here, 5 and 1, 3 and 3, 4 and 2. To what is 8, 1, 7, 2, 3, 6, 4, 5. 4 combinations. Here there's only 3 combinations. Now the 3 and 4 work together, but we're going to talk about it. I have to take a break. I'm running out of breath. I'm going to check my phone. I need a drink. Give me a minute. Maybe I can put something on in the background over here. Let me see. What does anybody want to know? Hold on. Let me see. Well, that's not what I want. No. I said no. I don't want no more. I don't want it no more. We can go to, you know what's funny? Check this out. This is the word love. Okay, try and read it from the left side. Part of it is missing on the left side, like the letter L, but the O, V, and then the E in black. Just look at the black if you can read it. The outline of the octagon, and then what happened in the center? The V letter turned into 2 diamonds, right? And remember, the 3 is the 33 angle, bringing the breath upon the life. The 120 degree, which is that angle, it is for the soul. Life is for the soul. 120 degrees, and guess what? The soul is on ice, so that means the temperature is 0 Celsius minus the dark sun. How's everybody? If anybody's interested in coming up, I've been here a couple hours. Good evening. Good evening, the Sparkle of Gold. Good evening, Forbidden. Good evening, Nadia. Good evening, Sue and Tracy and Mel. Good evening. Let me see. If I look at my map right now, Canada, United States, Brazil, Nigeria, Chad, Sudan, Libya, Saudi Arabia, the Russian Federation, Australia, New Zealand, Indonesia, Malaysia. Well, a lot of islands out there, pretty cool. You know, it looks like sea creatures and big ancient creatures out there between Australia and the Sea of, I don't know, China or Japan. And I've always seen that deep below Australia and near New Zealand is just because there's always something new out there and everything. There's a lot of new and just the names involved in it. The STR Association right away is 57 with the alchemy of IA and AU. All those vowel associations. Your STR 57, it splits and it's like the R letter, like instead of coming in, the R letter is coming in like on a slant. It's like the whole house is on a slant. For some reason, I can't see anything straight. And every time I feel a little crooked, I actually feel more that I can align myself. Just give me a minute. Let me take a little break here. Check this thing out. I'm still here. Give me a minute. Just give me a little minute. Wow, my cat loves the bread. Wow. Eat the bread. Well, the cat only likes the crust. Two more minutes. Does anybody have any questions? I'm eating bread, but I can't put the bread anywhere. It's so good, this bread. I went to the bakery today and I got a bread. I love this bread. So something in the bread. So if I took away the B in bread, I would have the word read. But if I took away the A and change it for an E, I can have the word breed. In the bread. The reason I said this is maybe there are others who can interpret something and why such a close similarity. And my question would be like this. B is the second letter. Why is... They just gave me a restriction. Let me see why. Wow. Yeah, they just subjugated me or something for 5 minutes for putting a picture up there and not talking. Okay, I have to change the picture. How about that for a picture? How about that? Is that a good enough picture for them? 52 bones in the feet, 52 earth connections, White Rose Ordinal 122. Yeah, White Rose, the company, right? Hey, John, you were at the other show, were you not, John? And how about Zeus? How's Zeus doing tonight? We always have to call out for the king, right? I mean, I can see the king coming out and everybody getting the big towels out to put on the king, and actually, the king lives in a bottle cap. How are you, Mr. King? Oh, I'm fine. I'm a microprocessor. That's right. That's right. I'm very, very tiny. Stay 6 feet away. 72 inches. 72. If you spun a square, you would be beyond the 72 unless you cut the corners. To stay inside the house, you would have to cut the corners. Our SIM card, one corner is cut. The HDMI, one has one corner cut, the other has two corners cut. I'm just thinking of what's going on right now around the market. So this is what I'm thinking of doing. I'm thinking I'm going on a break for a couple hours, unless there's some questions somebody wants to answer me. Yeah, so I'm going to be taking probably a 45-minute break. 8:30, I'm coming back on. If there's any questions, please, if you're here now and you're coming back at 8:30, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to be coming back here later. I have to just relax my mind, see when I want to set up, and come back. Right, so yeah, you were with Racer, okay, so yeah. You want to discuss that situation over there, what ended up happening? Because I bring you up. Well, do you know what? Okay, I'm going to tell you why I'm chanted. Okay, you were here. So what happened is they were talking like, what were they talking about? Absolutely nothing. Complaining. Racer said on the channel, we're about this and that. We stand for this. And then all of a sudden, screaming and yelling like cats and dogs. And, it was just, I just chanted because everything had to, when it's a professionalism. We had no professionalism at that point. Yes, if we wanted to break out into that and say, okay, I got to sit back now. Here go the dogs. This is the only way we can learn. And we have to hear the chitter chatter. If we don't hear the chitter chatter, I'd never know. If there was no differences, right? How would you know anything? And you couldn't correct anything that wasn't broken. Oh my God, it's like snowing here now. I can't believe it. There's snow everywhere. What was the name of that show? Or the snowman had carrot for a nose. Was it the carrot for the nose or the button eyes? Well, whatever it was, it's part of the story that I tell. The story I tell is about games. By putting the B in front of the bread, okay, or the B in front of the wreath or the breath. The B has what is, if you split the 8 in half, what would you end up with? Would you end up with 33? Is the B broken up to look like a 13? Is the 13 a 616 connect? Or the B reverse alphabet is a Y, which is the 25th letter. It's 7 to connect the 7th gate for the lower house, which can be a 313, 13. But because it's split, maybe the B just stands for half of what it is. B is 2, B is 4, B is 6, B is 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. That is the B. And then B joins A, 3. B joins E, 5. B joins G. When B joins E, creating what is G, it's not the same thing anymore, because B is 2, 4, 6, 8. When it connects to G with E, it's already connected to the heart and the pole. It's where now the B gets split apart, and now it's the E part that connects everything together. Like the E, that's it. There's no more than 5. In the deck of cards, it's the number of area spaces. There were 5 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Then we have the 8 card. The 8 card has 5 going one way, 3 going the other way. The 10 is 5 and 5. They mean the 6 is foreign. They mean the 6 is foreign. They mean the 6 is foreign. 4 and 1 and 4 and 2. I mean 4 and 1. You mean there's an A and a B, someone that came from the foreign land. One was the father and the other was the what? Coming from the foreign land. 4 in what? I thought it was a hole in one, not a 4 in 1. And we all know that the 4 is in every single card from 4 all the way to 10. Like it's even in the 6, the 4 corners. Or in the 8. Or in the 10. We can even find it in the 5. You see the 5? Here's the 7. Forget about the diamond. Here, you have 6 with 2. But it's 4 in one direction, 2 in the other direction, with 1 and 1 in the center, splitting the house. You know, if these were chickens bent over looking the other way, I don't know. So we have to look at these are directives. These are stories. Four above, 4 below. 1 to the heart, 144,000. Is it the 144,000 or 1,440 minutes? Is 144,000 2,400? 144,000. 144,000 multiplied by what? 144,000 multiplied by 60. No. 144,000 multiplied by 26. 144,000. I'm just going to do it multiplied by 4. You know what that is? That's the year 2000. There's 1,440 minutes in a day. There's 86,400 seconds in a day. So 1440 or 144,000 would be 86,400. Just trying to remember. There's a lot of numbers. 960 and 480 is 1/3 and 2/3. Okay, this is the 1/3 night. This is the 2/3 day. Just trying to see where I'm going with this. 9 and 6, 3 and 6. I don't even know. I think I'm a little tired. Let me see what this is, what you wrote. Yeah, I spoke before it was outside of something. I don't remember where I was with that section speaking that it was outside of something. Yes, okay, so the B, back to the B, that's where I do want to end. So the Y goes with the flux capacitor. 3 plugs into 1, that's where the Y is, but that's just a story. The 25th letter is what is 7 and 10. 2 times 5, 2 plus 5, create 7 and 10. When you multiply it and you add it, equals the 17 to the minus side equals the 3. 1 between 2 equals the 3. It begins with that number 25 association in math. The other thing about this is what is 10 plus 7, 17. Okay, will equate into what is 51, and inside 51, 4, 3, 2 vibration. What did I do? 1 between 2 equals to 3. I multiply my situations by 3 to make them triangulate, or 5, 4. The thing about 1 and 4 is this. 3 movements by 3 is like this. 1, 4, 7, 10, 2, 5, 8, 11, 3, 6, 9, 12. The cardinal, the fixed, and the mutables all stay in their own house. Moving by 4s, bottom left, top right, on the calculator. 1, 5, 9 by 4, 4 and 8 by 4, 2 and 6 by 4. Now you want to see something? 3 over to 7, which is not there, but in the other house, I connect the airwave. 2 over to 6, I got the earth sign. In the same face, I have what is fire, fire, fire. In the same face, I have what is water, water. Outside the face, I connect 7 over to 11, air with air. Both of these have to go outside. Each one of these are in. The air sign, only way in is to cross over this way. It's a double cross. No matter what you look like, I must run through the fire sign. Not by my doing it all. Not me, not me, not one bit me. And it's all of me and none of me and all of me and all at the same time. So where I was with this piece over here is back to the letter B. So the B that turns into the 13, that everything lives within the B, okay, through what is A and C, the house is split. The 2 lives in both houses on the left and in the right side. There's a number I used before. I don't remember where I came from this. It was 615. It had to do with A, E, and I, which the A, E, and I. Why did I have 6, 1, and 5? 5, 6. Okay, the I. Okay, yes, this is why it is. When I do the alphabet shift, instead of A1, it's A6. Instead of E5, it becomes E10. Instead of I, nine, it becomes I-14. It's a 360 alphabet shift. And it's according to the cube. The Aztec, the Sumerian run the same thing. So back to the B again, right? The house is split. I'm just trying to see where I was and why I keep bringing it up when B went into read, right? What is the bread? Just trying to see why. What is the bread when they took it apart? What is happening in here? Can it be re-AD inside the bread can be read that the house is split, and to bring it together, it's by what is in the soil, what we soil, what we reap, what is our bread and butter. It could be happening, looking at that. I don't know right now. I'd have to look a little bit different. I know that the cycles run from the diamond card, in which is the king of diamonds, which shows a single eye, and then three of the cards have two eyes. Also, that I mentioned, because there's no bottom to the card, I'm looking at the cards like this. Either I'm looking at the card 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, and 6, and then the bottom part of the card, I'm looking at 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 9, or I'm going to look at the top of the card as 1, 2, and 3, and the bottom part of the card as 1, 2, and 3, and the center part of the card, I'm going to look at 4, 5, and 6. At the same time, I might split the card at 8, 5, and 2, and on one side I'll put 7, 4, and 1, and the other side I'll put 1, 4, and 7 upside down, and split the deck of cards. I'll never have all 9 of the numbers. I'll use 6 of the 9, either this 6 with those 6, or these 6 with those 6, but that's all I'm going to do. That's the dictative of this. And then I can do it on different levels. 10, I can call this 86. Why? 8 and 6 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5. The pond. I ponder within the wishing well of my own mind. So like I said, I really desperately need a break, and I see 15 people here. So I'm getting off. I'm coming back on at 8:45. Now I'm only going to get back on 100% if everybody or anybody sends me a PM that I can answer them. Once I see there's at least 4 or 5 that are coming back, and I don't like to get off. I never like to stop, right? But I need questions. Come here and ask questions. Let's figure out, like it's a game, right? Why is it a game? Why is it a game? I want to create a game. I really do. I want to create a game. I want to create a game that can be in everybody's house, that we can, by inputting all the algorithms of this planet that I have, that are used in the element to be able for me to explain what I do, we can give this to everybody and complete or continue what I have started, but in every single household, that we can read into what the truth, well, not the truth, but what the story is. So let me come back to you.